Welcome, soul sisters. What up, fam? Oh, you are now entering into your sacred sanctuary back with me. We are talking about the Earth Mother series. I am Shannon, High Priestess, Oracle Mystical, and the witness of the divine feminine rising within this timeline. Today's episode is not just a podcast. It's about a living transmission. We are being asked to step beyond that veil. That's why it's so thin, into the sacred flames, the blue flame, the purple flame, into the roots of the earth, into the wisdom of the divine, sensitive soul. For this seers is who we are, and we are done hiding. For the witches who no longer want to be silent, for the healers who feel everything and are learning to use the power of their hearing instead of running from it. So let us get started. Hi, guys. It's cold today in the Bay Area. Like we have a lot of fog this morning. Carl, we named our fog. Carl had made an appearance today, making it nice and cold. And then we have this offshore wind blowing through the bay, just making everything so cold. So I had to grab a flannel, get all warm and toasty. And the reason I wanted to bring it up like this is because one of the things that we've always been told as women is that, oh, you're too sensitive, you're too emotional, and that is a weakness. And that we shouldn't feel that. You shouldn't let it come in like that or tame it or even medicate it. But what if your sensitivity is your sacred intelligence system activating? What if you're not just being emotional, but you're actually tuned in? See, the world around us right now is crumbling because it was built on lies. What rises next must be led by those who feel it deeply, those who can turn a whisper into the truth. And that, my divine fam, is all of you. One of the gurus that I really enjoy in our current society is Guru Pashupati and his teachings because they apply in so many ways. And I will be linking a video series in the description below for you to check out more of his teachings to maybe help you understand where you are and to maybe help you focus in a little bit better. And yes, his accent is very thick for us out here on this continent, but I'm pretty sure, throw on some subtitles, you should be fine. So one of his teachings says, and I'm quoting, when the chaos unfolds, the feminine shall return not with war, but with the ability to redirect reality with presence, intuition, and flame. So, wow, your power is not what you fight. Wow, it's what you hold, what you speak, what you remember. So let's talk about the how that works with our Earth Mother series. And I want to talk about the Earth Mother wisdom of Ashe, Asase Yaa, Asase Yaa, who is from the Ashanti people. And this is a very special deity because at one point in um, other traditions, she was known as Asase Afua, but we're not talking about that aspect of her. We're talking about the Asase Ya version of her, which is more the Earth Mother representation. Um, but she is not sweet and gentle. Again, we are coming into this Earth Mother frequency, and it is really high. So when we think of mother, you think of other things like law, truth, authority, fertility. And so let us today honor her with in our series, The Earth Mother, Asha Se Ya, of the Ashanti people of Guyana. Asase is an abstract archetype. She is land. She is law. She is very much the soil of our ancestors, that the soil that our ancestors walked upon, that older wisdom. And she is that soil that remembers everything, like the great elephant mom that we just all saw in San Diego, how they instinctively corralled around the younger ones to protect them. And so she has this long history of remembering. So, okay, so who is Ashe Se Ya? She is the earth herself, like Pachamama, like Atabe, right? But in theirs, she is not just symbolic, she is literal, like literally everything. She is usually invoked before planting of crops, and she is also invoked during burial rites. She is the goddess of truth and justice and law. She is also the goddess of fertility. So again, you're starting to see that all of these regions have the same Earth Mother, the same qualities. And one of the biggest things that she is that she is the all mother. Like she does not tolerate bullshit or lies. She will come for that ass if you lying. And when she is feeling disrespectful or if you like spit in her face, this is when she will let your whole lineage collapse. She is slow, steady, and ruthless in her fairness. Um, she was asked, she asks of us, and this is quote, what have you planted? Not metaphorically, but what has your body planted? What must you uproot? What will you harvest in truth? You know, like the old fisherman's tale. Oh, he caught a 6-inch cod, but when he tells all his buddies, it was a 12-inch cod. But when he tells other people, it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. So again, what will you harvest in truth? And when you're working with her, you're going to be looking for earth colors, earth tones, the colors that you see around us. Um, the reds, the blacks, the golds. If you are going to want to work with her through this series, one of the things you can do is bring in a bowl of soil. Um, Mull it, fresh water poured directly onto that earth, mold it, plant a seed. And when you're doing it, you want to invoke, and again, here's the pronunciation. It's Asase Yaa. Asase Yaa. Great Mother, Great Earth Mother. I return to you, soil, and I ask you show me what is mine and burn away what is not mine. And as I anchor, I am truth. I am rising. We're bringing all of that back up with us, within us. As we rise, she rises. So her medicine, again, is not gentle like Pachamama. It is exact, it is real. And she doesn't coddle, she grounds your ass, she brings you back down to earth. So, spinning that back around to the teachings of Guru, one of the things that he is teaching this year in his 2025 syllabuses, which aren't syllabuses, I laugh because it's all bullshit gas. And if you follow Guru, you will understand. You will slowly start to understand what he is explaining. And he's also bringing up this year that there is a serious call to the feminine divine and listening to that sensitivity that the feminine has. In his channeled message for this timeline for 2025, Guru reminds us that this is the era of performative spirituality being killed. Let me say that again. The performative spirituality being killed. What do I mean by that? I mean, those out there that are sitting there on TikTok, on Instagram, on Facebook, on all these yada, 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 and they throw out spells or they throw out meditations or they throw out this and they throw out that. I am guilty of trying to do it myself, but it never clicked for me because I didn't see an authenticness to it. So I just plugged along at my own pace. But you see these. Sistership Circle was probably one of them too. You see them in all of these different societies. You see them all over. And again, they are a way of being in the performative arts versus actually healing from anything. The era of emotionally bypassing feminine leaders is ending. It truly is. The ones that were faking the funk are being brought back down and grounded. They're being brought out of the sky, out of the clouds, being brought back down. And we're returning to what is embodied sensitivity as sacred women and of the most sacred weapon of this time. And so sensitivity is not emotion. Okay. These are two different things. So what is sensitivity? Sensitivity is a built-in lie detector, your intuition, the energetic sonar, the portal of these divine downloads that are coming through. And It's your protection against psychic manipulations. This is why you're seeing through the bullshits. You're seeing who's real and who's not. And when the world erupts in false prophecy, like we are seeing right now, the divine sensitive hears the truth in the cracks. Like you can, they can read between it, they can feel between it, they can see between it. And it's because as women, divine feminine, we have a different perception. We see things clear with more contrast, with more sharpness. Um, physically, we do see more. We see more color, we see more vibration, we see more energy exchange. So it's important that we understand that we can hear it as everything's cracking around us. And so, Guru's code for 2025, this is a quote: the women who cry and rise are the ones who will rebuild. What does that mean? Hold on, pin in it. Let's finish the quote. Let no one shame your tears. They are holy water for a new world. The women who cry and rise are the ones who will rebuild. Because you cried through your shadow. You sat down in that shit and you understood that there was a piece of that that gave you power instead of victimhood. And you use that as a building block and as a tool to help elevate you into feeling more, being able to experience more sensitivities. So I want to also remind you that the second part of that is let no one shame your tears. They are holy water for a new world. We cry because we see the world around us crumbling. We have fear because we see the world around us crumbling. Bringing all that feeling in, you shift through all that gas and bullshit, and ultimately you find a light of power. A light of power which can't be extinguished. It can be manipulated and confused, but not taken entirely. So I want us to get practical with that. And I would like for you to begin to learn some spiritual practices that can help you unlock that activated divine sensitivity, which is different from emotion. And that all starts with your root chakra. That all starts right there in the root. And so the way you get practical is you can do one of these three rituals to help awaken your divine sensitivity, and your divine sensitivity self while still working with this mother energy of Ashe Say Ya. Okay. Um, One of them, again, I can go crazy with this one, is standing in on the earth as close to barefoot as absolutely possible you can. If you do not like your shoes on, I know, I'm a sock person. I have to have my socks on. You just have to do it. You just have to remove that and connect because it's a blockage. You're not getting the full energy. And you can really place like, see, my that left side just dumbs out on me. You can place both hands on your belly, on your womb space, connecting into that root chakra, right? Standing there and just being that connectedness with earth and allowing yourself to know that or say or feel I am safe, right? Because we have to feel safe in order to heal, and I am safe to feel, okay? I am safe to receive, and I want to be rooted in truth. And just breathe that in. Repeat it as many times as you need to. The second one is a truth tether cord cutting. And that is calling in Asase Yaa and imagining her placing a golden sickle in your hand. And I'm going to use my selenite. And you can say aloud the names or situations that have ever manipulated your energy, vocalizing them out there and allowing that to be put out there so that you are bearing witness with all of your ancestors, your guides, and your in the on the other sides, all of them witnessing you, calling out this. And selenite, a wand, um, any kind of wand will work, an athame, any of that, a knife. And as you're doing that, I want you to visualize you cutting cords, slashing them, cutting them, stabbing all those and getting rid of them. And if you want, you can write their name on bay leaf, burn the bay leaf, let that energy go, because these are the people that have manipulated your energy or gaslit you or caused you to feel closed in or that you need to play small. And so basically you're going to say words of things like I reclaim my knowing. I am my truth. I no longer carry what was never mine. And you can cut that from yourself. Cut it from yourself. Cut it. Cut it under cut it all from you. You know, like a marionette has the puppet strings. Cut those, cut them. And so you just, I reclaim my knowing. I am my truth. One moment. Okay, I am so sorry that I needed to take that phone call. It is about an appointment that I have on Saturday. So had to make sure everything's still good. I was like, I rearranged a lot of my schedule for this. So, but it's okay. It's all good. So just about, again, cutting what no longer is yours away from you is the best thing you're going to be able to do. Another one is simple, again, ancestor and soil offerings. Um, Colin Asase Yaa, and or maybe um let me rewind. Okay. So calling her in and at any place, if maybe it's a pot that you have, a planter you have, um, someplace near even in a park, you could even do this in a park. You just dig a small little hole, right, near a tree in your planter and offer some herbs, maybe a little lock of hair, or even handwritten words that you can have energetically released into that soil. And, you know, it this one you want to give it as like a whisper instead of like a cord cutting command or um the connectedness of your truth. One of the things that you could do is whisper to her to receive your pain, to see your pain, to help you see the strength in your pain, and ask that you return that pain to the earth so that you may step into your power and you can be rebirthed through the roots. Again, it's the exchange. You're giving back something you don't need, isn't yours, was placed upon you for the transmutation of all that into a strength, a power, a gift, a knowing, an understanding. So each of these episodes that I have been doing so far with the Earth Mother series, these are not just storytelling, okay? These are true heritage remembrances. You are the living altar, and my beautiful Aset reminded us this week that you are the ritual. You are the living, breathing, ancestral altar. You are the Earth Mother in human form, whether you have given birth or not. It is in your DNA. It is inherently yours. And the more that you learn about these mothers, the more you begin to remember about yourself. So we've met Pachamama, we've met Atabe. Today we met Asase Yaa. And in our next episode, I want to bring you to one that is another Earth Mother that you might not have heard of, and that's Danu, the Celtic mother of the sacred rivers, the primordial one who flows through the bloodlines of ancient Ireland. And yes, that's where I get my name. She teaches us how to ride the waters of emotion and fate and how to become both source and the flow of the stream. How to become all of that. So I want to leave you with this. If you have ever been called too much, too emotional, if you've ever been told you need to calm down your rage, if you've ever walked away from somebody and felt them casting against you, like me, if you've ever felt like you've always have been watching what others cannot see, know this, sister, you're not broken. You're a chosen. Earth mothers are waking up because of you. 1 second. So sorry again. I'll probably get disturbed again before that because that one was my husband trying to figure out if this is set up for tomorrow's everything set up, set up. And I just have to remember that he is a complete entity away from me, but a part of me. So just bring it on back. Our Earth mothers are waking up because of us, and it's time for us to take our places in the lineage of the ones who have rebuilt worlds before us. Your tears are the data. Your rage is the sacred fire. Your visions are maps. Your sensitivity, well, family. That is the divine frequency that is in a system that we cannot decode yet, but we will. So now we step into it with Asase Yaa, with Guru, with Pachamama, with all the amazing leaders that are out there that aren't teaching us bullshit or gas or buffoonery, and with the bones of our ancestors that are now rising up through our feet. I say, I see you, sister. And until next time, stay rooted, stay divine, and of course, stay unapologetically sensitive, sister. Ashe, so it is, as above, so below. Blessed be. Ashe, O, Aho, Bendiciones.